Queen is distinctly lower middle-cla.ss, and her corgis have stubby legs, says author. Zadie Smith has launched an attack on the monarch and accused her of not having the tendencies associated with her royal status. She said, "She appears, in our mental picture of her, as distinctly lower middle class. I think this is what accounts for her relative popularity, as compared to her and the touch of Mrs Windsor." The Man Booker Prize nominee then labeled the Queen suburban and skewered her corgis for their squat bodies and stubby legs. Her Vogue article then stated that King Charles Spaniels would be a better fit for someone of the Queen's stature. The Queen's voice was also mocked as the kind your mum puts on when someone important is on the phone. Discussing the Queen's habits, the author went on to put it in lower middle-class terms. She found what suited her, and she stuck to it, a sentiment as familiar to British women up and down the nation as its aesthetic twin. "I don't know a lot about art, but I know what I like." The bashing briefly paused, while Miss Smith described Prince William and Prince Harry as recognizable aristocratic types before immediately resuming by stating the Queen has more of a common touch. The Queen's reported TV preferences of EastEnders and the Bill were also marked as telling, according to the 42-year-old. She went on, "Did ever a monarch seem more likely to prefer a nice flowery pelmet curtain to a white wooden shutter? Or a staycation in front of the telly to a glamorous Tuscan retreat or Caribbean break?" Some rare praise for the Queen came after Miss Smith declared she was moved by the Queen supporting the victims of Grenfell Tower. She went on, "Republican that I am, I was not unmoved to see the Queen appear at Grenfell. In better times it might be easy to sneer, but when a technocratic, coolly calculated political figure shies away from the benighted people she claims to lead, you can see how even a purely symbolic figure will be warmly received." The flurry of insults thrown at the Queen did not stop her displaying her typically unseen humor during filming with David Attenborough. The Queen recently joked with Sir David in an upcoming royal documentary surrounding conservation projects. In one clip, the Queen notes a sapling in the gardens of Buckingham Palace does not seem to be doing very well and asks her aides whether it was meant to be like that, pointing to the bent tree. She jokes, "Somebody sat on it, I think at a garden party." In another instance, the veteran nature broadcaster states, "I suppose actually, the trees with which you will be presented are going to change as our climate changes, and there will be all kinds of different trees growing here in another 50 years' time." To which the Queen replies, "Yes. I won't be here though." The pair, both aged 91 and born just a few weeks apart, appear to have a close relationship in the footage. They share a moment over the issue of health and safety when they approach a chestnut tree bursting with conkers. The monarch later asks, "Was it recently that someone tried to stop children playing conkers?" The pair discussed how it was banned on the grounds of health and safety, to which Sir David said, "You'll think that people will stop people breathing." The comment draws out a smile and laughter from the royal, who adds, "It seems to be quite a harmless battle thing." The project highlights the Queen's conservation project dubbed Commonwealth Canopy that has set out to create national forest parks in the 52 countries of the Commonwealth. The documentary will be shown on ITV next year.